Wonderful people, most welcome to my channel. I'm Sharlotchi, a spiritual encoder, an artist and a channel. So I'm particularly here in this time to lift vibrations beyond the old system, beyond everything we've ever known, including education, including lifestyles, including polishing the self, uplifting vibrations into a new living life stream, because our internal living life forces require us to move with the changes going on the planet. And that is actually what we've witnessed during this year, especially at a very high intensified level, is the purification of the earth, the purification of consciousness, the purification of the physical vessel, taking in account that more than 80% is synthetic feeding, that we need to override synthetic feeding that comes from high-level technology, such as your Wi-Fi station, such as taking up debris from other levels of mentality than your own mentality, psychology, philosophy, name it, because we are all streaming very fast together right now, growing back in the body of the One. And so being as one with the One is like being as one with a stranger for many people, because it has not been understood. And most do know the term or the changes in consciousness that come with the I am mantras, coming from the I am presence. But an I am presence is a modern day light embodiment that comes from the omnipresence, from the omnipotent universes that bring the I am presence into a new existence. So the I am that I am needs that new structural foundation in light. So if you haven't been working with your own light that turns into love once it has been installed, but on a very high integer degree, that hosts a lot of integrity, humility, knowledge, intelligences, because without it, that low vibration cannot open up to the brain in the first place, not the heart. So both will merge at some time, and that is when your entire vibration, your entire physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies change overnight. So the whole goal here, with the intensity of this year and especially the incoming years, but it's not going to lower, it's going up into its nuclear position where the purification of the earth explodes. And many, I think, if you've been working with light codes, geometrical patterns, everything that is in existence, with designs, with consciousness, with your spirit, with your psyche, all that matters very much. And it takes some level of new understanding right now, and to make it easier as well. So also for those who haven't been working in meditation, are not aware what it can do, this is a great time to truly start out, as new things are really coming forward in order to accelerate your life into, let's say, at least a better position that doesn't know or moves away actually from the atrocities that we've all been suffering. And thus with the removal from synthetic astral soul plane existences that is very much connected to low-level vibrations, to low-level consciousness, consciousness that still breathes into fear, that still breathes in mental incapability for growth, that still feeds in giving power away, uh, versus taking your power back in, and that is moving into the jet streams of your own knowledge, opening your own spiritual body, opening up your own spiritual channel and becoming who you truly are, which comes down to re-encoding the psyche, re-encoding the physical body for refinement. I must say, I have been studying and educating and bringing to so many onlines during the past 25 to 30 years, upgrading people in the modern day. I am that I am, the foundational light body that moves all the way back into its eternal universal position, with all the levels in between, upgrading very, very fast, that I've never seen actually, how fast codes start to work, how light the body becomes, and how it actually translates in the brain that we can no longer feed in the densities. How do we translate that? At times, right here, I'm in Belgium, at night, I do hear people arguing. I do hear people screaming. I do hear fights. I do hear difficult moments and all that stuff. That is no longer part of my world. I just recognize it is happening. And that is the reason why it is happening on a grander scale, so to speak, is because white Christ light has grounded under the earth, 6 feet under the earth, and it actually resets everything back into purification, including the currencies over the earth that have been massively manipulating. So the outcome will be that every density reflected, any negativity, any mistruths, any lie, any fear, any low vibration, depression, will be sent back to sender immediately. And when we do not tap into that, especially, please be careful with your Wi-Fi station. Cut it out as much as you can, because it lowers your vibration 24/7. So I'm using Wi-Fi right now, but then again, maybe an hour a day, perhaps 2 hours, but that's about it. Because I feel the difference. I feel how it burns the brain, how it burns your organism, how it burns your biology. So here the message is truly put out everything that you can to find yourself back into divine alignment, back in connectivity to your source. In simple meditation, we can even achieve many great things, but we need some kind of knowledge. So if you're interested, I'm going to launch free sessions over Zoom. You're all welcome to participate. It's for free, to give you an idea how quickly integrating light, eventually codes, can work with the body, such as the code I'm wearing here. It's part of my mastery vibration, because the turquoise ray is the origin of the earth, and it resurrects the perfect lady gent capacities that has been broken all over the plane as people shift from one relationship into the other, searching for the one. The one is not here. The one may be in another galaxy. So once you stop doing that and find your peace and tranquility in balance, then you can rise into any category that you desire. Also, the turquoise ray is connected to the origin, most especially also to the natives that didn't break with the earth. There's many that went in lower consciousness, as well as many native tribes, and I have been part of them. As I was told, I have been a chief of some nation sometime, and so I remember all those things that I'm bringing back, but here in a modern day fashion. So we encoding the body, especially with turquoise designs, turquoise gemstones, bringing the immunity back, especially with white quartz light that streams through the oceans, streams through the ground floor, streams underground, with the purification of the waters, and so bringing quartz light and blue light and turquoise light back together, then you have it all going. But the question here is, how do we move immediately back into spirit? Many people are very much interested in their spiritual body. What does it take? How do we load our own channel? How do we open up the spiritual eyes, the spiritual channel, the spiritual brain that needs a lot of resurrection, purification through the lungs, the heart, the arteries, especially the blood circulation, and also reconnecting to the bloodline that you come from. And there's many bloodlines actually, and so it is very important to understand that there's no return to the old. No return to the old. It's about taking new decisions every day. It's about being in your mental strength and taking action about how to do that, which can be done in meditation. It's about physical strength, doing physical exercises every day, no matter what pleases you most is most of the time the best. So I do a combination of power yoga, of dance, I lift some weights, at times I go run, because I'm a vibration, I get bored very easily. And so in order to get out of that, we open up many new departments of the divine through our own brain, and we can open up many devices, also termed faculties, that will assist our forward movement. And so you could be surprised at what your specialty is. What do you specialize in? What have you been encoded with from the divine origin? Because when downloaded on the planet through the birth canal, before that we had some education, some assignment to bring forth on the earth, which many forgot about due to living in such a dense environment that broke many people. If you look around the planet, it's quite natural, as a purification is going on, that it will purify the seas to a level that we can no longer eat fish, because we will feel nauseous with it, to a point where we can no longer eat animals or kill them or have that blood stain on our fingers. Like right now it's still like a natural life. Why wouldn't I kill animals? Because I need to feed myself. That part of consciousness, it's gonna go, because I must say I've been up from 4 in the morning. It's like almost 10 hours later today, and I'm still not hungry, and that's because I load the energies. I'm not living on pure light yet, but that is going to come through in balance. I could do that, but I would be out of balance, because after the I am presence, I am loading the higher embodiments into the omni beyond. And so that's quite a study and commitment to the divine between me and my source, so I can bring it to you. And thus everything needs to go in balance. So changing diet is about subtracting certain items a day in your particular diet or nutrition department, looking at your fridge, looking at what could kill your vibe, what would be best to replace it with other products as natural as can be. And of course, juicing has always been part of my daily diet, because it's easier. Smoothies are easy. all that stuff, and when I feel like something, it's most of the time pure foods. Because when I look in the outer world, it's still going very, very slow. You look at the restaurants, you look at hotels, you look at places where people come together, have a drink, have something to eat. For me, that has become very difficult. In a way, it's piled with fats, it's piled with sugars, it's piled with zero nutrition. And so finding some minerals or vitamins in that particular domain out there, it's like a waste of my time actually. Doesn't mean I don't go out and communicate with people or have some coffee or whatever, it doesn't matter. So I balance out because there is still good stuff. There is places that still serve you with great meals, and but I'm not saying that vegan is really vegan. Like, it's so mixed up, everything is mixed up, so it's a matter of finding yourself within a new nutritional choice, and that would be best because that would uplift your chi energy. So if you have the knowledge where you need to subtract certain foods, then do so. Do it with ease and grace, not all at once. That would not be or bring balance in the body, but every week a little bit, that would definitely be very beneficial. And then upgrading your physical exercise, upgrading your mentality, so you find the strength to eliminate the emotional body that was never part of our spark self or true living light essence. It came into creation, as we all know, to cut vibrations down, and because emotional embodiment is manipulative, and as we have lived nothing but manipulation and the lower degrees all over the plane, then it was easy with them. But now the dark forces and sources or whatever is out there in the entire betrayal section is starting to notice that light is taking over, and light can never be defeated because it's like a protective shield all the way around us. So, and thus the better when you step into a meditative mode, especially when having installed a light body that is the I am presence on the higher vibration of the universal eternal self, we can pull around a shield that is immortal and eternal. So consciousness can no longer tap into other mentalities or psychologies that are lowering vibrations. You do know perfectly well, right? When you're in a company of low vibrations and it doesn't please you, or you don't have pleasure, fun, and equal vibrations, respecting each other on a high level, that it cuts you down. So that is a time to really leave that behind. Find your protective scale, because once we tap into lower vibration and we allow it to enter the body and the energy field, chances are it creates depression, it creates fear, it creates malfunctioning, it creates diseases, it creates a mentality that recycles the old, such as in soul. So the whole goal of removing the emotional body is removal of the soul. That is massively promoted to keep yourself in soul, of course. And that's all the same part of the betrayal going on here. Like the artwork I made here behind me, as we see here, that is the pink spirit, the pink bird, moving right into the debris of the oceans and repairing, bringing the repair to. That is very, very important, because the oceans, they have vortexes that move with that grand, pure, crystalline, Christ-like grid grounded under the earth. and now we are grounding it into the oceans as well. So the waters there need to purify. As we are all water bodies, it's a necessity to imagine pure, crystal clear transparency in the oceans, as well as you see the grounding of white light here, as much as I could represent it right here, is that much important, because it will spread worldwide actually. And when it spreads worldwide, then we have that singular point from inside out, that is the breath, the breathing system, resurrecting into the omni-breath, reconnecting to the body of one, the unified fields where everybody comes together on the same platform, and thus opening the new codes here for the spiritual body that is needed through spirit self, because there is a crystal grid that brings through the Holy Spirit that is so potent, and that sections into the heart center especially. So here I created a code that has the wings of spirit within, opening up through the amethyst spiritual body that comes through many waves to many countries, and that's been re-educated. So this particular code here opens up especially with the violet flame beforehand, the violet flame that can only come into functionality when living in an I am presence on the eternal universal vibrations. And then you feel the vortexes of that trinary system. The spiritual body is a trinary system. Think about a triangle, for example, that moves in with a triangle through the crystalline grids on the earth, that moves with your own original chi ley line. Chi ley lines are connected to exotonal lines. Exotonal lines are within the earth, within the universe, within the celestial Shambhala omniversals, all systems that are in creation in the galaxies, all galaxies working together with the purification of the earth. So there's no going back to the old, because the earth has already made its decision, as being assisted by everything in existence, because the earth needs that purification for other systems in the entire cosmos. And once we get that, we need to understand that our physical embodiment and mentality, spiritual vibration, especially the spiritual body, needs to come to the forefront in order to feel very light, in light, and knowing the technology of how to work with light, especially changing the breathing system in at least the eternal breathing system, the breath of source, the immortal breathing system, and what comes along to the cosmological wings. Because if your breath, your lungs spread like the wings in this design, then you can spread your vibration, your light vibration that holds billions of colors, all the way like 10 miles in circumference. So it's very important here for the spiritual body, if you're interested to know that, to open up here with the symbolism of this bird, to create a new sort of sacred geometrical pattern in the brain, and new numerology coming into the open, especially here on the 888, because that is when the wings are opening up, the house of light is opening up with the great central sun grounding and bringing perfect balance to what is termed Shangri-La, Shambhala, Lady Gent, vibrations that went astray during the dark ages. So here the light ages are opening up, we are opening up, we have been given everything to move in synchron with our divine essence. It's a matter of allowing it, doing your part during the day, changing your lifestyle, changing your house. Because when we stream and we open up our space and we become a little bit more spatial, chances are you cannot even understand a density anymore, or any low vibration you may suffer from right now. It's easily being deleted. So here in the incoming months, I will definitely give you free sessions to open up the light within, to open up the breathing system to a higher level, and eventually to work with a light code and how you can do that. So you gain some knowledge and you have some support going with weekly. And those of you interested, please subscribe to my newsletter. I'll let you know or give you the link when these are coming into the open. And that is something I've been guided to do right now, as I'm changing very, very fast myself, and my body is becoming lighter and lighter with the day. So I might especially reintroduce light codes, because light codes is something people can easily understand, can cling to, can remember, can embed in the body, can embed in the energy field. For example, if you need more strength, you load the code of strength through the spinal column, you change that overnight. If you need to delete or reset and rewire your brain very quickly, then we place a grid in the brain. We place a symbol, we encode that symbol, and that moves through the breathing system. So these are practices I will bring through as well. So I hope you find this a little bit interesting. If you like it, please subscribe. I'll be here every week. Or if you want more information, you can subscribe to my newsletter, to my blog. I bring a lot of new stuff, especially from now on, as it is needed, because the changes that are coming in will be very, very fast, unexpected, and we are being expected to keep up with it. So here I will bring the keys to keep you supported at all times, and I hope you like that. Thank you so much. I'm Sharlotchi.